Prepare yourself.
The opinions of the host and guests on the show are exclusively just that, opinions. That means that they shouldn't be the cause of your state of being offended. Why does everybody get so butthurt?
Okay, let's go. Ready, go!
Sit down, shut up, and pay attention.
Damn!
This is the Rants of Izzo Show with your host, Dominic Izzo, from porn to politics. We touch every third rail we can find. You might want to put your headphones on so your mom can't hear this. It's been called the most entertaining 60 minutes on the internet, and it starts now. Let's do this.
Happy Monday, kids. Rants of Izzo here on Spreely TV. Spreely.com. All things speak freely. If you need, it's a compound word if you failed English class. For those of you who actually know what a diagramming your sentence is, remember that? A gerund is a word that looks like a noun and acts like a verb. I think that's what it was. All things speak freely. Make sure you go check it out for the Burn Pit Podcast, which 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on today with the Burn Pit Podcast boys. God knows what we'll talk about. Jews. I can't help it when they wind up doing that. And all that good shit. Shannon Joy. Report and Opine, Evening Rants, all that stuff. But it's Monday. We're back after a long weekend. My co-pilot today, Chrissy St. Regis, sitting in with me, and we're just talking about all the events. Bro, dude, Trump is daddy. You think Trump? You're a big Trump is daddy kind of gal, and it's in all your.
Trump is daddy. Literally, grab her by the pussy. Like, this is I dedicated my hand to daddy.
Did you get a tattoo on that?
Yeah.
It says,
it's for grab her by the pussy. But it's fading from hand jobs, but I'm sorry.
Oh all right, Trump is daddy. The election's coming up in a matter of weeks. I think we got 43 days till it comes up. I'm actually I'm not nervous because I'm of the mind that there's a part of me that wants Kamala Harris to get elected. I say this all the time because I want fucking World War III to start, and I'm completely fine with just stacking ass. And she is the first fully manufactured, fully marketed presidential candidate who holds no value whatsoever. Even though Trump is daddy, are you starting to get worried a little bit, or how are you feeling?
Okay, I know that we're the majority. If we have a free and fair election, I'm not worried at all because everyone that's not retarded is voting for Trump. But will we even have a free and fair election? We already got one stolen. Is this one going to be stolen? I'm just not sure if it's going to be stolen again. So that's what I'm afraid of. Not does daddy have the numbers? I know daddy has the numbers.
I'm at this point where I was gonna refrain from voting this time. I'm in Chicago, and it's I'm tired of this. My vote doesn't matter. But the more I go online, and this is the theme of the show for the last several years, how literally stupid liberals are. Liberals are stupid and conservatives are lazy in this aspect. Liberals will believe whatever they hear. And every time I go online and you hear Tim Walz is nonstop posting about, Agenda 2025, it's going to take away your X, Y, and Z. And I'm so pissed off. I'm well, now I'm fucking voting because you can't stop lying. And if you can't stop lying.
But that's all they do. They're just lying. The whole debate, Kamala Harris just was spitting rehearsed lies. It's are you kidding me?
There's the thing is if we get, so this is where my mind is. And I talk about this quite often with Scott and Matt, who again, I'll be on with today. We don't do anything. We as conservatives. Now I'm independent, but I lean very conservative. I think that there's some decent liberal ideologies if you go with the traditional liberals. Yeah, I think free healthcare is a great idea. I think free education is a great idea. Who the fuck is going to pay for it? And anything given out free doesn't ever work. So it's a good idea, but it'll never work. When it comes down to this, when they do steal the election again, are we just going to share memes? Are we just going to go, oh, yay? And I don't know if you've ever thought about this. Trump made an announcement that this is it. He's not going to run in 2028. So What happens after this? When are people going to try to be a new Trump 2.0? What do we as conservatives do when they are clearly lying, clearly cheating, clearly stealing all this shit, and we just share memes?
I fucking hope we have a civil war if that happens, because we can't live like this. Like, it will be like a communist country. Like, no one will have any money.
Are you willing to throw down?
I mean, I'm a girl, so I don't really think I'm going to be out there.
Oh, wow. A female who actually admits that men and women have roles. Holy
Oh, yeah,
shit.
I love gender roles. Like, like, I'm not going to be out on the field because, like, that's not my job. But gender roles matter. Like, I hate feminism. It's absolutely so disgusting.
Well,
It, like, literally ruins society.
I want to talk about that today because there's something that I got dinged up over for the weekend, and we'll cover that. But before then, it's time for everybody's favorite Monday update. It's how many people were shot and killed in Chicago for the weekend. So, Christy, you're sitting in. You get the guessing game for this week. So, City of Chicago, which has 2.7 million people. It's in the county of Cook, which is the second largest county in the nation. It's got 5.8 million people. For the weekend alone, starting very early Friday morning, let's say 5 a.m., until Monday morning, we'll say 3 or 5 a.m., how many people do you think were shot and killed? Shot and killed in Chicago. What is your guess?
I honestly have no idea. I don't really know anything about what's going on in Chicago this past weekend.
You need to throw a number up. You don't get out of this one. You need to throw a number up.
Okay, is it in the hundreds?
No, this is just killed. You can guess whatever. You can guess 1,000. I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 25.
Okay, the correct answer for how many people were killed in Chicago this weekend is 7. The answer is 7. Now, how many people do you think were shot? That includes people who survived their bullet wounds. How many people do you think were shot in Chicago in the last 3 days?
18.
Okay, that number would be 41. 41 Black lives do not matter in Chicago for this weekend. We did have, and of course it's not reported, we had one shy of a mass shooting, but at 10:10 p.m. at 2500 South Spalding in Little Village, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people were shot and 1 person was killed. Once again, showing Black Lives Matter don't matter in Chicago. Now, we're coming to a close for the month of September in Chicago. Now, have you ever been here?
To Chicago?
Yeah.
No.
You don't come here. It's a waste of fucking time.
I don't like to go to liberal places.
Okay, I respect that. How many people do you think in the first 22 days, well, the only 22 days of the month of September, were killed in Chicago? How many people have been killed this month so far?
I'll go with my first number with 25.
Very close. Your number is 37 is the reality. So if we boil that down, we take 37, divide that by 22. That's 1.68 people shot or killed per day. Now, here's the real number. How many people do you think, that includes the surviving of the wounds, how many people do you think were shot and killed and survived? So the total number of people who were shot this month in the city of Chicago.
1,000.
That's better guess. The answer is 216. Now, if you divide that, that's 9.81818181818181 infinity people that are shot every day in the city of Chicago, which proves this liberal shithole of a city does not care about anything. And if you're white, you're the fucking problem. It's as simple as that. So, if you have any,
that sounds racist against white people.
It is racist against white people. White people are clearly a fucking scum of all that stuff. It's ridiculous. I fucking hate everything. I hate this city. We had a big mass shooting. I was in the city for bridal shower over the weekend, and we were on the edge, like by Elmwood Park, so there really wasn't that much. But it's like, dude, fucking every weekend every single weekend. I'm so tired of the bullshit of it's clearly the white conservative male who's the problem of all this, and you got blacks who cannot control themselves whatsoever, and they have an impulse control problem to where their main method of solving conflict resolution is pulling a pistol. But clearly we have to eradicate guns.
Right. We have to get rid of guns because those people aren't going to have the guns. Like, are you kidding me? They're still going to have guns regardless. Clearly, people need to protect themselves. And also, I hate how everyone attacks like white men. Like, we need more toxic masculinity,
So there's an issue that I talked about yesterday and the day before, and I had some dumbass sit there and say, "Oh, Izzo's saying that children are willingly participating in sex trafficking and shit." The Diddy, the Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Combs issue is the biggest thing all over the place. And I think it's a distraction. I really do. I think what's going to happen is, to be honest, I think that's going to be the October surprise. They're going to link somehow, because of his celebrity, Trump to Diddy's parties. I think that's exactly what's going to fucking happen. And it's fuck Epstein, fuck everything that happened with Epstein, this and that. I think they've got to have literally right now, like a Goodfellas thing where Diddy has his balls in a vice and the FBI is squeezing it saying, sign this confession that Trump was fucking underage people at one of your parties. I 100% think that that's going to happen. But going to that, I posted, this is what I posted the other day, and I took a ton of shit for it. You're all freaking out over thousands of bottles of baby oil and acting as if those black women who slather it all over their asses in porn don't have back doors the size of barn doors. 1,000 bottles of baby oil may just be for the weekend. You lying freak prudes just want a fall guy to distract you from your hypocritical filth. I took so much shit saying you're advocating that women be sex trafficked, and I said no, I didn't. I know firsthand how women, because Trump, you've got grab him by the pussy. How many women have Trump come up over the years tried to honeypot trap him or whatever because of his wealth, and now you have this rapper who I have to imagine women were flocking like crazy to be at one of his parties, thinking that. Oh my God, if I just have sex with him or one of his friends or do what he tells me, I can be the next rapper or this and that. I'm so tired. And you mentioned this toxic masculinity shit. I'm so tired of men being the target, the fall guy bullshit for women who gravitate to these fucking big men who have all this money. They'll say, yeah, I'll go with you from wherever. California to Vegas for a weekend. Oh, you're going to give me blow? I'm going to get paid and all I got to do is fuck 3 of your friends? Oh, I'm going to do it. Cause you only YOLO. And then they come back and Diddy's like, doesn't talk to him for fucking years. And now all of a sudden I was raped and sex trafficked. I see this as an epidemic massively coming into the nation, especially attacking white conservative men. You're a female. Do you see women taking advantage of this shit, or do men have something to fear, or do you have any thoughts on that whatsoever?
Yeah, of course they take advantage of it. I mean, just going back to how you mentioned Trump, like all the girls that like are complaining about Trump, like they wanted that. Like they totally wanted that. Are you kidding me? Like he's like a multi-billionaire. Like of course you're gonna let him grab your pussy. Like you're trying to get him to wipe you up, dude. Like you're just mad he didn't. Like they totally threw themselves at him because they liked his money, like 100%. And yeah, like I hate the Me Too movement so much. Because, like, I'm sorry, real people that are the victims, like, actually got raped, they're not bragging about it on social media. Like, they're keeping that a secret. Like, they might not even tell their actual families that happened to them because they're, like, so embarrassed. They're not, like, screaming all over the internet about it.
Do you think Trump's losing the female vote? You think with all his rhetoric over the years and this and that stuff, they're saying flat out women are voting for Harris because they see a female coming in and she's gonna get the female vote. Do you see him losing that this time?
I mean, if you're fucking stupid, like if you're a female voting for Harris because she's a woman and that's it, like that's actually retarded. I think conservative women don't really care that he said grab her by the pussy. I don't know why anyone would care. Like I wish he would grab me by the pussy. Donald Trump, if you're watching this, my pussy is up for grabs. So I hope he watches this.
Trump, so do I. Oh my God, that'd be great. Daddy, fucking Trump is daddy. Holy shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
But like, no, I think that girls all the time, like, girls don't want to pay for things at all. Like, I live in Miami, like, lived in New York City. Like, of course, girls are like, yeah, we're gonna go on yachts, we're gonna go to parties, pool parties. Like, we're not gonna pay for anything. Like, why would we pay? Like, we're girls. But then you can't then go back and like blame people for your actions just because you get like wasted and like do something stupid.
but yes, they can. Holy shit, we see that all the time.
But like it's like you shouldn't be, but like it's hypocritical.
This has been going before I was a cop. I was a bartender and I worked at a 4 a.m. bar. And I can't tell you, we never saw girls come in with purses. It was always the guys. Even if a girl went in and she only had 3 drinks that night, they were all bought for them. All bought for them. And then you see them all. Of course, my era was the big liquid G and ecstasy era, where girls would have shit poured in their drink and then didn't know what they did. But you didn't have this. You didn't have this rape phenomenon back then. And now all of a sudden I'm Brett Kavanaugh and he raped me on the couch 40 years ago, and you don't even remember a fucking clue. I'm not defending Diddy, and that's a big problem that people have, because I understand that as a man, when you're in a position of power, you how do I say this? I have a hard time with this concept. A quid pro quo. I don't get this. If I went to some place, and I guess Diddy was doing this a lot to guys too, you know, Justin Bieber, who was a minor, that's horrible what happened to fucking him. And if his parents knew, they should be crucified in the fucking face for it. But if you're a grown man and you want to break into the talent industry, music, movies, whatever, and I go and there's Diddy, and Diddy's like, dude, you gotta blow me. Like, no, I'm you know, well, you're gonna lose this $20 million picture part that I could get you in the next I don't know, James Bond film as the villain. Damn, it's like, do I want to swallow that load just once and all that shame or whatever? And we see how many women during the Harvey Weinstein era did that and then regretted it later. I don't see where it's here's the deal. If you do A, you will get B. How is that a crime? And I don't understand it. How is it a crime if it's a willing choice? And that's where it's at. It says that the indictment alleges that Combs lured women into his orbit under the pretense of romantic relationships, then used force, threats of force, coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. A couple different things I have a problem with. Yeah, the force is kind of hard to deal with, but at the same time too, I'm from the lifestyle, and I know damn well how many women have like rape fetishes and they love to be choked, BDSM. So now you got to define the perception of reality with that. The biggest problem I have is a coercion. Do this or else. If you're not free to leave, okay, I could see that. I mean, as a guy who has seen men ruined by Tawana Brawley. How many other men have been victims of false rape allegations? No woman is ever held accountable for it. I don't give a shit about Diddy. I don't know what he did. I never listened to his music. I have a problem with this setting up the standard to where now, if he goes down and they throw willing participants, females who are willing participants, into the same category as women who were literally forced, children who were forced in this, I think men are fucked. I think you need to have the video camera rolling from the time you meet her to the time you wind up breaking up with her, have a written consent form. Otherwise, women are going to get carte blanche everything they want, and we are fucked as men.
Yeah, it's hard because like I definitely Diddy's disgusting. Like, ew, he's gross. It's anything with children involved. No. Like, that's not okay. But I see what you're saying, and it's hard to differentiate like which ones are the actual victims and like literally forced into something and felt like they didn't have any other option and had to do it but didn't want to, and which ones openly did it on their own but now are like taking it back or like want to be the victim, want to get attention. Everyone loves the victim mentality these days, and if they're just all getting grouped together, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like,
how did you get into advocacy for this conservative? It seems like you got a great life. You do all this, you fly under the radar, you could be impartial. You are very on your social media. You are extremely vocal, and that could risk losing a lot of your supporters. Why is this so important to you?
Okay, well, fun fact, I actually registered to vote as a Republican before I lost my virginity. I was just like super into politics from like the day I learned about them in history class. And so I've always just been like, I don't know, super into it, but I wasn't necessarily always loud about it. But then once like the BLM stuff started happening and shit started like hitting the fan and everyone was doing the black square, I was just like, this is too much. Like, I'm not going to worry about if I'm hurting people's feelings or making people feel uncomfortable. Like, enough is enough. Like, everyone's fucking retarded. And like, I hate how so many conservatives are just like not speaking out, like how you said, like, oh, they're just gonna hide behind their memes. It's like, let's actually do something. Like, we're all like so concerned about not hurting their feelings, but they don't care about our feelings. Like, they can just scream their beliefs, but then we're supposed to just like sit back and like be quiet and take it. Like, not into that.
You're Gen Z? No, what are you? You're millennial?
I don't know. I think I'm a millennial. I'm born in 1990. So what does that mean?
I think you have to be a
I
millennial.
don't like keep up with the generations. I think that means I'm a millennial.
Did you lose family and friends during this whole, like, all of a sudden you came out so strong for Trump? Did you lose people that were close to you?
Not family, because my family's not retarded, then they're Trump supporters. But yeah, I've lost a lot of friends. Like, actually some like good friends that I was friends with for years that I always knew they were like liberals, but I just knew like to avoid certain subjects. Like, I wasn't gonna not say I'm not a Republican, but I just knew like, okay, let's just talk about other things that we have in common. Like, I'm not gonna like get into a fight over this. Like, we're allowed to have different beliefs. And then when I started getting loud about it, they started just being so appalled and like, they're like, you're hurting people's feelings and like trying to like school me that I'm hurting people's feelings. And then they just like all unfollowed me on Instagram and like we don't talk at all anymore.
That's how the whole fucking world went. It was absolutely ridiculous.
But you know what? I like made friends with like people, like better people, honestly, to replace it, that actually like know what's going on in the world, and like I can actually have an intelligent conversation with them, and like we actually like have more in common, honestly.
Do your business hurt at all from your political views?
No, I made my OnlyFans after I became like really into politics on my social media. And I actually think like I get a lot of fans because they're either conservatives and they're like, oh my God, finally like a hot girl that's like talking about politics and has OnlyFans, and like they think it's cool because, you know, you wouldn't expect that. And then I also get a lot of just like liberal little pussies that want to be degraded and find me on purpose so that like I can just talk down to them.
That's a new fucking fetish.
Yeah, like it's nuts. I'm like, okay, like I'll do this for fun, dude. Like,
the one thing that blows me away is when you get a conservative content creator like you. I cannot stand hypocrisy is the biggest thing I can't stand. It makes me fucking sick to my stomach. And anytime I put something up, like if people look at my stuff, they don't know how to make of me. It's like I'm like you're faith based. You say you follow Jesus, and then you talk about your swinging days and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't fucking care what you think. I always love when you have somebody who is blatantly in an industry where if you have conservative followers, they can't hide. It's like, wait a second. You were flat out condemning me for X, Y, and Z, but then you're subscribing to X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. So conservatives, I think, going back to the two things that will kill the conservatives is their lack of action on anything. People have talked about this for the last 4 years. The 2020 election was not only rigged, but it was massively stolen. On one thing is because we all sat back, and I'll include myself in it, where we thought Daddy Trump was going to do it by himself. One man is going to wind up steering the course of 320-something million people. Yeah. We have that, and then the hypocrisy. Conservatives, I think, are more hypocritical than liberals, to where they talk out of both sides of their mouth worse. And God forbid, I don't know if you experienced this. if you challenge, because I do challenge Trump. I supported him. I voted for him. I'll vote for him again. I had said a million times when it came down to the last part, the last few months of his presidency, I wanted the rhetoric to stop, and I wanted him to go hardcore action. Tear all those motherfuckers up. And I was like, man, I didn't like this. I don't like the rhetoric. And the second I started saying, hey, I'm kind of sick of Trump's fucking mouth, I want more action. Oh my God. MAGA comes out of the closet. Well, you're a paid shill and you're a liberal. Conservatives cannot stand their positions being challenged any way whatsoever, which I think makes them just as guilty as liberals. But again, liberals act, conservatives do not.
Well, they'll just fucking go burn down cities, and like conservatives have more class than that. But yes, I wish that conservatives would take more action, because I feel like so many times it's like they'll be super outspoken about something, but then like you said, yeah, once it doesn't happen, they kind of just like let it happen. Like they're just kind of like, well, they're like being too polite or too nice about it. And I do wish like more people actually took action, because talking about it, I mean, like it's good to like spread awareness and talk about it on your platform, but like that's not actually going to do that much if you're not taking action to match it.
We don't fucking act, dude. That's what we don't do. We sit back, we share memes, and we think that shit's going to wind up just happening on its own. I can't stand it. We need to pay some bills.
I mean, like, we wouldn't even be here as a country if we didn't have men that actually acted like men and, like, took fucking charge. They didn't just sit around and talk about it.
We'll get into that in a second. We got to pay some bills here for a second, so hang on. Kids, this is the Rants of Izzo show here on Spreely Media, and that means Monday through Friday, live, 1 p.m. Eastern. We do a stream of consciousness show. We talk about everything from porn to politics. It is all about entertaining you, because if we entertain you, we can engage you. If we can engage you, we can educate you. It's simple as that. I don't care what you do, who you worship, which side you pick. Just fucking be smart, choose on your own, and operate and appreciate free speech. Speaking of free speech, if you're not on Spreely.com, you need to go there. I just hate how Instagram censors me, Facebook censors me. Let's shut the fuck up. Go to Spreely.com. Sign up for the social media there. Create an account. Connect with me there. We are growing. It's akin to Facebook, so it's easy to navigate. Just go on there. Also, do not forget, if you're like, man, I'm so tired of doing crap and working for the man and all that stuff. You want a franchise, but you don't know what you want to do? Forze Gym, Forze gym.com. You can own a gym. And here's the deal. Let me tell you, I owned a gym for 3 years. It was mine. It was from the ground up, and it fucking sucked, and I'll never do it again. If I ever wanted to get back into the gym industry, I would go to ForzeGym.com, and I would become a franchise for a business that is already established. Forze Gym, cut the bullshit, open up your dream place, and I don't know, maybe play some classic rock in the background or some Metallica. Christy, how can people follow you and support you? And man, they could check out all the awesome stuff you do. What do you do?
You can find me on Instagram at Christy St. Regis. It's KristySaintRejas. You can also find me on my OnlyFans, which is onlyfans.com/iHeartChristy, and it's IHARTKRISTY.
Never forget, kids, we support small businesses here at the Rants of Izzo show. So if you have a small business that you want featured, what you could do is you can either send me a text message to 708-982-0974, or you can send an email to rantsofizzo.com, and we'll feature your business like crazy. Don't forget, Burn Pit Podcast today at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on there. I have no fucking clue what we're talking about. I'm just going to get over caffeinated, take a Zin, and go on there and act like I know what I'm talking about. Big thanks to Spreely for always producing this, putting it up online. Oh, shit! And over in the chat, it's good to see everybody, but a very happy belated birthday to Sarah, the biggest retard fan I have. Sarah, I love you. I'm so proud of you. You've been with the show for almost 6 years now. You are the single greatest sharer of all of our content. You promote like crazy. You have saved my ass countless times to where you're like, you forgot to put the link up. I'm like, shit, dude. The show's not up yet. You're not streaming. Every time I have screwed up on something because Spreely will not give me an intern, you have called me on it. So happy birthday to Sarah. You are a pain in my ass, but my God, you're an awesome human being, and we appreciate you here at the show. All right, we have breaking news here. The man who authorities say sat with a rifle in the trees where Donald Trump was golfing earlier this month in West Palm Beach, Florida, previously wrote a letter saying, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump," close quote, according to a new file briefing by the federal prosecutors. Witnesses told investigators that Ryan Wesley Ruth had dropped off a box at his home months before, which contained, quote, ammunition, metal pipe, and miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. After learning of the apparent assassination attempt, he witnessed the box. The witness opened the box according to the filing. One letter addressed to the world said, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you. I tried my best and I gave it the gumption, all the gumption I could muster. It's up to you now to finish the job. I will offer $150,000 to whoever completes the job." Trump ended relations with Iran. Okay, whatever. How fucking much of a bullshit setup is all this?
I have a question. Like, how does he have $150,000? Like, I feel like he definitely works for like the government or something. Like, there's something sketch going on because he looks like he should be homeless. Like, it's really strange.
He sat there. They had him with at Harris's campaign a couple times, and if you look at anything, I was talking to somebody on another panel the other day. He actually was in a great position to cause problems because if you're a defense attorney, you can't prove, if he keeps his mouth shut, that he had any intent or any intent on assassinating Trump. He could literally just sit there and say, "I was just sitting there polishing my rifle and I had a couple of ceramic plates up there and my lunch. I sat there for 12 hours, just sitting there doing whatever." You can't prove I was attempting because he never fired a shot. Have you heard of Operation Mockingbird? No, it's not Mockingbird. It's what's the one where the CIA attempted to brainwash people?
Oh, MK Ultra?
Yeah, that's it. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, a little.
Do you think this is an MK Ultra plant?
Oh yeah, it totally could be. Like this, that's what I'm saying. Like this guy definitely works for them somehow, or maybe just brainwashed by them. But they were also, him and the first guy that attempted were both in BlackRock commercials.
Yep.
So there's that connection.
They have a picture of his rifle up, and everyone's saying it's an AK-47, and it's not just because it's got the banana clip. It actually looks like a Russian SKS, which I have a Chinese-made one, and it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm so tired of this crap.
So, like, pretty much since he wrote the letter, like, he literally straight up admitted it, but, like, what you were saying is, like...
Now it's moot, yeah.
He could have, like, tried to get, like, out of it by saying, like, oh...
That's why I think it's a plant. I think, where did the letter come from? It's an orgy of evidence is what it is. And I used the analogy last time we were talking about this was the movie Minority Report, to where if anybody's ever seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it for you, but Tom Cruise's kid was killed years before, and there's something called pre-crime out where these 3 human beings who have telepathic powers can kind of predict crime before it happens, so people are able to be arrested before they actually act on something, assuming that what they show is always correct and it can never change the course of history on the events happening. So at one point, the movie sets Tom Cruise up, and he goes into this hotel room to where there is hundreds and hundreds of pictures of his little boy, who is dead now, on the bed of the guy who rented this hotel room. And they arrest Cruz and this and that. Later on, Colin Farrell, who's in the movie, says, that it's too perfect. We call that an orgy of evidence. Like, here's this evidence that just should not exist, but it's clearly a setup. I think it's the same damn thing with this. I think it's, hey, let's get a letter and let's make it look like you wrote this. And so who is pulling his strings? Who is telling him what to do?
I mean, like the swamp in general. I think like the FBI and all that, like they're all in on this.
Do you ever worry about being on their radar? Are you on their radar?
Now.
I'm so fucking tired, man. This is ridiculous. Every single day. Every day it's some bullshit plan. And I honestly think, and it sucks to say, but I do not think this country will go back to normal. I'm at a position where I don't think they're going to let Trump win. I really don't. And if they do, it's a damn if you do, damned if you don't, because you're going to have 4 more years of whatever plants they have in the Republican Party opposing against him in the House and the Senate. And then it's going to be, maybe it's going to be a Democrat controlled Senate, Democrat controlled House. And you're going to get the same fucking shit again. We went through.
And they're going to go nuts and like cause riots and all this shit. Like, it's going to hit the fan regardless. Obviously, they're trying their very best not to let him win because they just try to kill him multiple times. But if he does somehow win because they don't either kill him or they aren't successful stealing it again, like they're just going to tell everyone to just be in an uproar and they're going to cause so much chaos.
Then that's my issue with this is I think that there needs to be a new rule put in place. Like you take any politician and we start with that piece of shit, Adam Schiff. And there's been no accountable for that 4 years of Russian collusion. And since it's been proven who was attached to Hillary Clinton, this and that, we've said for years on the show, it's like, hey, for entertainment purposes only, I'm not advocating violence. I want to know why a government employee who is in that high of a position, comes from California, of course, is allowed to lie to the American people that way and not held accountable. Oh, we censured him. No, he should literally have his head fucking bounced off of his desk until he sees the error of his ways. Politicians are not afraid of the people at all. I think, again, that's what's going to happen is if Trump loses, or God forbid, Trump is assassinated. I don't think it'll do anything. I think everybody will be outraged for 2 fucking days, and liberals will spin it. Well, if he only toned his rhetoric down, if he only did this, blah, blah, blah. But you're not going to get the good old boys from Florida and Texas and all this getting in their pickups, riding to the White House and saying, no, we're not tolerating this. I'm at the opinion, unless something like that happens, I don't see any change happening to this country.
I wish that the guys would do that. Like, they need to start taking some action. I really hope that they do not kill my daddy. Like, I would be devastated. That would be horrible. But yeah, I don't think the thing is, like, if something happens, the left goes nuts and they destroy everything. And then for us, if something happens, like you said, like, yeah, we make some memes and then we sit on the couch and like life goes on.
That's not going to go on anymore. It's just going to sit there. And
well, it's going to go on horribly. No one's going to have any money. Okay, the whole capital gains tax thing, like, that's nuts.
I don't dip in that. I'm so uneducated with that stuff. I have zero opinion whatsoever.
People can't even afford groceries. Imagine if, like, Kamala wins, like, I don't even know what.
You'll be eating bugs and you'll be eating cats.
Oh, perfect, because Bill Gates wants us to eat bugs. So
he owns more farmland than anyone. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. Like, I've seen how the food industry works. My dad was in grocery for decades before going into other forms of retail. And I don't know if the American public knows this, but if you have whatever your grocery store is, Kroger, Jewel, Mariano's, if you have your bread aisle and that bread is on the shelf and it's got a shelf life of a week or whatever, after a week, if you had it stocked with 1,000 loaves and only 200 sold, those other loaves, they're thrown out. I guess how laws work, because their justification is, well, if this family is poor and I give them a day-old loaf of bread that comes from Wonder Bread, and that person develops an allergy, an illness, or dies, now that person can sue Wonder Bread and the store for saying, oh, you gave us day-old bread and it affected us. So now we're all fucked. So the food has always been unbelievably shitty. And you just follow the gas prices, which affects the truckers. Truckers sit there, your eggs are going to go up to $17,000 a carton, all this shit, which just means we'll be eating cats. So, Christy, I have to ask you.
Oh, just like the Haitians. Perfect.
Come on. Do you think that's a conspiracy theory? Haitians don't do that.
The Haitians are literally eating cats, dogs, geese in Ohio.
You don't think that's you don't think that Trump
No,
and JD?
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. Like, they're definitely eating the pets.
What would you do if you saw somebody eating your dog?
It depends which one it is. Wolfgang, no. Babar, they could have him. I love my dogs, but Babar is the pain in the butt, and Wolfgang is the best ever.
Oh, fucking shit. I'm so tired of this. Bob Cessna over on Twitter says, America has a white, stupid man problem. The poll right now is that men support Trump, 52 men. It just says men and women. 52% of men... 52. I don't understand this fucking poll. White men support Trump 52 to 43%, and black men support Harris 85 to 7%. And he says that America has a stupid white problem. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that poll is accurate, because I honestly think there's a lot more black men that are supporting Trump than that, but I'm sorry, if that many people are supporting Kamala that are black men, then we have a stupid black men problem, because she's not going to do anything good for them. And she ain't black, in the words of Joe Biden.
Oh, shit. That's what I wanted to bring up, because that was news, too. Hang on. Thank you for reminding that one. Yeah, it's not Joe Biden, but it's also Janet Jackson. Here's a Janet Jackson. I had to walk some shit back. Janet Jackson... was in the news the other day because she had said, what? Is that the right article? No, that's talking about her brother. He's dead. Janet Jackson apologized. Okay, so here we go. After confusing turn of events on Sunday, representatives for Janet Jackson tell Variety that an unusual worded apology for the singer's ill-informed comments about Democratic president candidate Kamala Harris's racial background was made by a person who's not the singer's manager, and he's claimed that thus was not authorized to speak on her behalf. So apparently the apology is that Janet Jackson had said, where the hell is it? Oh, in an email it says, I no longer work for her, meaning Janet Jackson. I was fired by Randy and Janet after attempts to improve her image in front of public opinion and her fans. It's something I did not deserve. So this is a woman. Where's her name? Fucking, I don't know, but says that she said that Janet Jackson stated that Kamala Harris is not black. I didn't care about that. What I cared about was how quickly, just like some MAGA do, the black community turns on their own. You had D.L. Hughley. It was like piranhas at feeding time. There was blood in the water. D.L. Hughley comes out and condemns Janet Jackson for her comments against Kamala. But if you go back to 2015, D.L. Hughley put out that black people can't support Kamala Harris because she failed them all. So which fucking is it?
Yeah, they're a bunch of hypocrites. But first of all, she's not black. So I don't know what the problem is. Second of all of a sudden when she speaks to like black people, she changes her accent, which is honestly kind of racist. She's Indian. She's literally been Indian until now. But I don't understand why like she has to apologize. Like, it's just so annoying that like people say something of value and then they get scared and like immediately have to like apologize for it. Like, no, just stick to like what you said because it was the truth.
I don't have an audio of it. I heard earlier today. Harris did this Hispanic accent. Oh, did I fucking save it? I didn't save it. I was dying laughing.
Oh my God. I want to hear that because I didn't hear that one yet.
It's not even worth it because the problem is what I do is I get so pissed and bent out of shape over why is nobody confronting her about this? And I would be open, and I've tweeted this several times to these idiots out there. When you get like some hyperbole attack made, Trump is whatever, blah, blah, blah. The left doesn't understand. There's people like me out there that I did drink the Obama Kool-Aid when he first got elected. And I thought this man is going to change the world. And oh shit, did he fucking change the world in a shitty way. And he was a teleprompter president. He was phenomenal in front of the teleprompter. Anybody remembers the debate that he lost with that rhino Mitt Romney? He lost it because it was a town hall. And there was no teleprompter, and Obama's just not good. It's just like AOC. Put her in front of a teleprompter, she's good. Get her off script, she's an idiot. So, where was it going? Oh, so Obama, I was open to his leadership. Trump, again, I appreciate Trump because I worked for jagoff bosses, and if you want a business run right, you have to be hard. You have to be a jagoff. Anybody who thinks that this new American way of we need to be soft and that's how you run your bit, dude, you're going to get fucking eaten alive. So I respect Trump for that. But then there's a part of me that wants a little bit more diplomacy in office. And I think this time around, Trump should have been the kingmaker. I think J.D. Vance, he's setting J.D. Vance up for a good position for 2028. And so far, I like J.D. Vance. I like his character and the way he delivers everything. But I was open. Like it's hard to say. I would never fucking vote for Kamala Harris because of the lying. But if all she had did was say, hey, you know what? I was in position of banning fracking. Now I'm not. And this is what changed my views. I would have listened more. And that's exactly what J.D. Vance did for those who sat there and wondered why he brought J.D. Vance on when in 2015, Vance was completely anti-Trump. He was insulting him, mocking him, and Vance sat down and said, those were my views then. I've reevaluated them, blah, 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 blah. I've changed my views. How fucking hard is it for politicians to do that? It's insane. So with her and Waltz and all these people, it's not them. It's the minions who are in blue states like mine, who they're dangerous. You wear a red hat walking down the street, you might get fucking the shit beat out of you. So part of me wants to do that just to start a fight. Do you have any fear? Because everyone keeps Florida's red right now. What do you do when they infiltrate your governor's mansion? What do you do when they start infiltrating your senators and they really switch place? All of a sudden you get people, we're going to move to Florida, turn it purple and turn it blue. You worried about that?
Yeah, of course, because the blue people literally ruin every single thing, and then they move to red places and then ruin it again. Like, because they don't learn their lessons. So of course, that would be super scary. I don't know. I love America. I don't want to live in any other country. But if Kamala Harris wins, dude, I don't think I can stay here. I'm not living in poverty because they're going to ruin the whole economy. It's already destroyed, but they're going to destroy it even more. Like, I'm not living like that.
Where would you move to?
I have no idea because I literally don't want to live anywhere else. I just want America to be great again. And it will be if Trump wins. But if it doesn't, it's really fucking scary because I never wanted to live in another country. But it's not because I would want to.
Here is audio of Kamala Harris's new Hispanic accent.
I love you back.
Oh, I love you back. Oh, I play it again for my people who are listening from other countries.
That's insane.
I love you back.
I don't get it. I don't. We all saw with Hillary Clinton, and we all gone there too far. Fucking whatever. And her hot sauce. How stupid are these fucking minorities?
They're so dumb. Like she's honestly mocking them. It's honestly racist. Like they think Trump's racist. Like this is racist. Like this is nuts. Also, how about how she all of a sudden is a gun owner?
Oh no, she sat there. That's great. Hang on. I got to find that audio. will shoot home invader. She fucked up on this so bad.
Yeah.
This is her on Oprah the earlier weekend, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in
powerful.
my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, yes. I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
My staff will deal with that later.
My staff will deal with that later.
Yeah. She is literally retarded. Like, she is actually stupid.
What I want to know is, did that set the standard now for how many people did she prosecute for doing exactly what she did? Homeowner breaks in, liberal California. You come to rob me, I shoot, you defend, but now you're gonna arrest me for how many people?
But,
So does that,
but she doesn't want guns, but she's all of a sudden has guns and is gonna shoot someone if she has a home invasion. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. I hope that liberals actually hear that and like start realizing that they're being played by her, but I don't even know if they will.
I didn't even think to look, and I should have. I wondered what the supporters like David Hogue, if he lost his shit after hearing her say that, how the desperation of spinning her words would go on. Well, she didn't mean that. What she meant was, and blah, blah, blah. Are you kidding me? What she did was one of the greatest. But I think there were some leftists who were like, yay, she's pro Second Amendment, so that means conservatives are going to gravitate over here and vote for her. We're like, no, she's hypocritical.
She's so hypocritical, because she also said that she was going to take everyone's guns away.
Now,
She's going to have a mandatory buyback program.
I didn't ask you this, but I think I already know the answer. Should a woman be president?
No. I would never vote for a woman be president because she's a woman. I would vote for someone who's qualified for the job. So it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man or you're black or white or whatever you are. It's like, are you qualified? Are you capable to handle this position?
I hate legacy presidencies. We've already seen 2 Bushes. You've seen Nancy.
Bush is a fake Republican. I hate that guy.
Well, you have Nancy Pelosi and her nephew, Gavin Newsom. You had Clinton 1, then Clinton 2, even though she didn't make presidency. I don't like legacy presidencies. We're not a monarchy. That's what they're trying to turn.
Right.
Though we left that. But if Ivanka Trump ran and whatever, she ran against Tim Walz in 2028, whatever, would you vote for her?
Yeah, I'd vote for her because she's going to believe in my policies and what I believe in and do what I believe in. But I wouldn't be voting for her because she's a woman. I would be voting for her because she was the Republican candidate, and Tim is fucking horrible.
That guy is a bully, though. He's dangerous. And to be honest,
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to have a debate between him and Vance. I don't know when that is. They chose him for a reason. He's a very much younger version of Joe Biden in his delivery. He's very, very aggressive, very much a bully, very dangerous to deal with as far as auditory wise. So I have a feeling that he's going to be one hell of an asshole on the debate stage against Vance.
Oh yeah, probably. But he's off his rocker. And have you seen his wife? Like she has crazy eyes. She looks like mentally deranged.
No, now I got to look at her again. Let me see.
Yeah, she has. I can send you like my friend sent me like her making a speech, and she looks like absolutely insane.
Oh, hang on. We're pulling up. Yeah. Oh, I saw somebody else post this picture. I'll share it for the class here. And they said it's always in the eyes because she looks like E. Jean Carroll with that fucking dopey look. She's the one that alleges Trump raped her. They all have this fucking look in their face.
Yeah. Like you can tell by someone's eyes, like when they're unwell.
Oh, God, no. I could not imagine that thing just staring at you in the middle of the night when the lights are on.
Imagine like having sex with that.
That's what I just was. Like, where's the money shot go? No fucking thank you. Oh, gross. I fucking hate it. All right, we got a few minutes left here. We need to get in some dirt here. Give me Give me your solid predictions. So I already said that the October is going to have Trump exposed at Diddy's parties. What do you think is going to be the October surprise?
I mean, I agree with you. I could totally see them trying to link Trump to Diddy's parties, just trying to get as much like dirt on him, which is not even going to be true, but like they're going to try to make him look as bad as possible. They'll probably continue a few more assassination attempts. I don't know. I know shit is going to hit the fan because they're making it like really, really tight here, and they didn't succeed in anything they wanted to with all the BS bringing him to court and now trying to kill him. But it's beyond me because it's gonna be. I feel like something like nuts that like normal people don't come up with this crazy shit.
And you sit there and do you think he's lost a step at all? When I watched that debate, I watched him tone himself down, which I thought I would like. I really didn't. I wish he would. I wish he had gone at her harder. I loved that he didn't give her a look once. He did not give her the respect of a fucking look.
I love that she had to walk over to shake his hand. She like came to his podium. Like that was hilarious.
And he avoided her to do it. Like you saw, like he tried to walk around to avoid shaking her hand. I thought maybe, he goes through all this stuff. He's been sued countless times. 36 bullshit convictions. Now they keep moving the date about whether or not they're going to sit there and fucking sentence him for that crap. I think he has got to be exhausted. Do you think he lost a step a little bit, or do you think he's going to pull? Okay.
Well, there's multiple things, but people always say like, oh, I don't like Donald Trump's attitude. Like he's so mean. His tweets are so mean. He's so mean. If he just talked differently, I'd like him. But then look, he actually talks pretty calmly, and now people are mad about it. So like they were asking for that. They got it. They didn't even like it. But I think anyone that has a brain and knows what's going on in the world watching that didn't think Trump lost his step or like lost in any way, because all she was doing is saying rehearsed lies that didn't even answer the questions. And then he was straight up just calm and telling the truth. And he was like, no, like if you understand what's going on, when he says, no, that's not true, and a few sentences, like, you know what he's talking about, and it doesn't need to be like this heated thing. But I do think for entertainment purposes, it's amazing when he goes on his like, like when he is like super animated, and like he wasn't really like that in this one. But he had some really good one-liners, like the run spot run, like that was hilarious.
I'm one of those people who was like, I wish he would tone it down. Then when he did tone it down, I'm like, man, I wish he would fucking attack her. So I get that. Yeah. Monday, kids. That was Monday. Shit. Don't forget, a couple hours I'll be on the Burn Pit podcast with Scott and Maddie Weck, and I know you know what we'll be talking about. It just happens. Christy St. Regis over on Instagram. Make sure you go check her out there. What is the Instagram again? Is it Christy St. Regis, or do you have it as something else?
Yeah, it's Christy St. Regis, KristySaintRegis.
There you go. And then Forze Gym, Forze, do not forget that. Also, support the show. Many ways to do that. Share the fucking link. If you like what you hear, man, just show, I like this. I'm gonna share this. If you hate people, if you send them the link to the show, just be like, I want to annoy the shit out of you, and send the link to the show. Spreely TV has been around for everybody and their mother who's like, I'm going to open up my own broadcasting. Spreely TV has been around a lot longer than all you guys. Simple. You guys were sucking on your transgender daddy's tit fucking when Spreely was coming up on something. So go ahead and just support us. Remember, we love you. Inappropriately sometimes. Kids, that's Monday. Have a great damn day. Tuesday, Eric from Report and Opine is joining me, and God knows what we're going to be hanging out with tomorrow. Remember, go help somebody today, and if you can't help them, just do not hurt them. See you guys tomorrow.